deal with airplane peanuts.
You like Avengers and shit? And like You like Aquaman?
I like it when they bring in the Hulk.
Yeah, I like the Hulk. I get down the Hulk.
I didn't watch Aquaman because I'm not watching any movie with Amber Heard in it.
I'll tell you what I am watching is the trial. Dude, it's the best reality show of all time.
I think I need to spark a joint up if we're going to talk about the trial.
Do it, bro, because I can't get enough of it. It's
amazing.
It's fantastic.
Sorry, I was almost late. I was jerking off to the Amber Heard trial. Huh? Holy shit. Man, that is a hot trial, huh? Hot tamale. Holy hell. Amber Heard, she's a real kook. That turns me on. You know who she should date is Bam Margera. I think they would go well together, huh? That'd be a fun thing to watch. All right. You know Chris Brown is watching that trial going, I would have knocked this out years ago. All right.
What is that?
Miss Pac-Man.
No, it's Miss Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man.
She's Miss Pac-Man. That's what she is. Like that. She just walks around and she eats. Damn. That's all she does.
Yeah. Suck the soul out your body.
Suck it right out, dude.
All them ghosts.
Motherfucker acted like Johnny Depp had a chance.
Nah.
His wife should apologize to him. Oh my God. Johnny Depp's wife should apologize because he was going up against a force that cannot be reckoned with.
His son will understand one day.
Say what?
His son will understand one day. He can be like, I get it, Dad. 100%. I get it. I'd have walked on me too.
Everyone seems to be on his side now, but she hasn't had her turn to talk. And now like everyone's waiting for her turn. What's she going to say? What did Johnny do? I want to know what Johnny did.
Also, when two people that get awards for lying...
You can't trust either one of them.
Go to court?
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's a performance,
We
maybe.
pay these people millions of dollars to hoodwink us.
Yes.
And now we're going to
take their
believe
word
them?
for it?
Yeah. I don't think actors should be allowed to testify in court.
Right.
I think it's mental that court is on telly anyway, but then when the thing that's in court is actual movie stars, you're like, well, this guy's good at being in court, isn't he? Well, yeah, he's been on telly since he's like 19 years old. I'm not suggesting that Johnny Depp is in any way performing. I'm saying that the idea of spectacle, that turning justice and people's private life into spectacle is extraordinary, because all of you have had relationships, all of you have had your heart broken, all of you have done things in relationships that you regret and had things done to you in relationships that you regret, hopefully outside the realm of criminality. But nonetheless, it's difficult to imagine that turned into entertainment.
I'm watching this trial like it's a cautionary tale. It's a cautionary tale about believing in bullshit, like forming a narrative in your head, like we're rebels together. We're gonna, you know, that's what I felt like about Anthony Bourdain and his relationship too, that crazy woman. Mm-hmm. And then you're seeing it all play out in court. Like you're seeing all the crazy come out. You know, do you know the fact, like he talked about her shitting in his bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
So hot.
Do you think?
No,
right? It's a real problem. Hard to forget.
It's a real problem.
That's hard to forget. But she said that she used this specific makeup to cover all of her bruises that Johnny gave her, which is not true.
Specific makeup.
And that specific. Well, the problem is it was a specific makeup, and it turns out that the company didn't even make that makeup at the time that she was claiming she was using it.
Oh wow!
You know what I believe is you shouldn't put somebody's name out there until 100% tried and convicted. They definitely did that shit, and then if they did, tar and feather them. But to do that to somebody, and also to give that weapon to somebody that they can just fucking say that and blackmail you with that and really destroy your reputation. I don't know. It's fucking reprehensible. So there's another thing that isn't really funny. You know? It's like all those Duke lacrosse players. This shit, they just fucking faces all over the fucking... And to this day, despite the fact that they were totally vindicated, despite the fact that there was the 30 for 30 talking about how bad they got railroaded, despite all of that, that's still going to affect their lives. There's still going to be somebody going, but something happened. Somebody when they get mad and they got nothing else to say, they're going to call him a rapist or something like that. You fucking know that they're going to.
And when you hear all of the shit that they did to each other, shitting in the bed, putting out cigarettes on each other, what was the straw that broke the camel's back? What made them say enough already?
Drugs when they took away Pirates of the Caribbean.
Really?
I think if his career's never affected, they're still in this fucked up relationship right now.
Went too far.
Yeah. Why you have to tell people, yo? Why you have to tell people? Like, we was having fun. I chopped my finger off, or you chopped it off. It is what it is. He lost a piece of his finger.
I saw that. I saw. But I couldn't tell whether she chopped it off or he did.
There's rumors from everybody. You don't know with either of these motherfuckers. They both lying their asses off. But still, it's like...
How the fuck you just chop a piece of your finger off?
Apparently she threw a bottle at him, which chopped it off, or maybe he did it. They don't even know. The point is they're both lunatics, both of them.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy to see like lies on this level. Like this girl's next level. She wrote an op-ed about him.
That's all.
That's the crazy. Like it's not like he was out here starting it. She wrote the op-ed. She said all these crazy things.
You know why? Because she knows that whoever is the first person with the narrative usually wins.
Well,
and that's just the truth.
And that's
of the
true.
Until
she destroyed his career. It's over.
And now Johnny got all of this other stuff to go back against Amber. This is what I wish would happen. I wish that nobody would jump to any conclusions until all of this stuff really plays out in court. Because if they would have just waited and let Johnny Depp and Amber Heard play out in court, then they can make a real rational decision on what to do with this person's career. Now, do you put things on hold? Cool. But just to like, fuck them, get rid of this, get rid of that, cancel this, cancel that. That's not what's up, man. Let shit play out in court.
You know, I used to be in Hollywood. I met Johnny Depp one time. I met Amber Heard one time. I don't know either of these people very well at all. What I know, though, about the culture of celebrity is people, when they go to court, they'll be advised on how to look and what to wear and how they're being continually observed. Doesn't it seem weird to you that justice, which is a sort of sacred idea, because what justice suggests is there is something that is objectively and actually right. Like that there is something that you can say, well, that's right, that's wrong. If you look at justice in myth, like King Solomon and the sword of Damocles, the idea that wisdom can lead you to justice, that there is a right thing to do. The Maharishi says, do what you know to be right. Don't do what you know to be wrong. Think about your own life. That takes care of about 99% of everything. There's this small marginal area where you don't know what's right. This case is in that area. Because if Johnny Depp is a violent person, that's bad. If Amber Heard is lying, that's bad. But have you ever been in a relationship? Do you know how complicated it gets in there when you're like with a person that you love or that you used to love, and how baffling and how difficult it gets, and the places that you go to, and the fact that you know that you're not perfect and it's impossible to be perfect, and you love someone and hate someone. Imagine having that played out on this kind of scale, because ultimately Johnny Depp is just some bloke who's good at acting, and when you put a camera on him, it's sort of exciting and interesting. Similarly with Amber Heard, just a person, just a human being that's found themselves in a particular situation.
It's a cautionary tale for people that were thinking that it's worth it to date a crazy girl because she's great in bed.
Dude, no, this is my thing though. How great is she in bed that she can shit in your bed? She can rip your fucking index finger off, and She must be a real tomcat in this act, dude.
I think he's probably a really nice guy, and he had great moments with her, and he keeps going back to those great moments and thinking they can get past all this craziness. Because Johnny, I don't know Johnny well. I've talked to him before, but I know of his career, and I know of his love of Hunter Thompson.
And he's close with Stanhope.
Yeah,
right?
very close. And that's how I know him. That's how I've met him. Well, I've talked to him. I met him once personally in the Comedy Store, but I talked to him on the phone for an extended period of time once when he was dealing with all this shit. And I think he's a really good guy. That's what I think.
Yeah,
I think he likes chaos, though. He likes doing cocaine. He probably likes doing things he shouldn't do. Like, he probably likes driving fast. He's probably an animal. In some ways, like he just loves like chaos, and I think that's one of the reasons why he loved Hunter Thompson. He loved a brilliant man who loved chaos, and that's what Hunter was.
Amber Heard said the same shit. She goes, "I didn't punch you, I hit you." Yo, he's like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
and that went over everybody's head.
No. People are starting to realize that she's a witch.
But what are they going to do about it? Men can't do that is what I'm saying. And listen, we all know that double standards exist, but that is the reason why there's so much chaos. Where there's a lack of consistency, there will be chaos.
Yeah.
We need consistency all across the board.
And where there's no accountability for these bullshit accusations. It's
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
She need to be punished for this shit.
And there's nothing. That's what I mean when I say, that's what I mean when I say, I don't know what it means for people not to agree with a woman.
To clarify, he's not perfect either. Like, the dude was a drug addict. He's an alcoholic. Like, he's probably done foul shit. Like,
it's fair to say they were both abusive to each other.
They were both abusive to it. So he's not. Let's not act like he's some innocent motherfucker. But like, she's acting like she's completely innocent. She put crazy lies on this dude. Was super foul to him and destroyed his fucking career. Like, she didn't have no career. This motherfucker was one of the biggest superstars in history. And Dunzo.
Damn. Are we sure Johnny Depp not African? The way he getting done by this white woman? Have we checked out his goddamn genealogy?
It feels like a performance almost. But yeah, they have to find people who don't know who they are, right?
Or else there's going to be
So where is the trial? Like in the Appalachian Mountains?
If I'm
in West
Amber
Virginia?
Heard, if I'm a gold digger, I'm not going to date a really good actor.
Did you just call Amber Heard a gold digger?
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think you meant Amber Heard.
I didn't.
This is a trial with a jury, which means Mr. Depp gets to appear for the first time in person, slick, and he hopes persuasive.
This is a good opportunity for looking at mainstream media. The use of the word slick, that's a choice. Slick suggests manipulative, oil slick. Think of the connotations that come up for the word slick. So, and he hopes persuasive. So there's certainly a judgment in the editorial here. What we're trying to do on this channel is allow you to make your judgment or participate in your judgment with you or recognize the futility even of making a judgment. Because it's all just life, isn't it? Johnny Depp is a human being. Amber Heard is a human being. Human beings make mistakes. What moral framework are we going to operate within so that we can deal with the fact that human beings aren't perfect? Is it that we're going to sort of all pretend that we're individually perfect and then just wait for someone else to make a mistake? Aha! Mistake! And luckily you're a person I didn't like anyway.
Amber Heard shit in Johnny Depp's bed. I was like, yo, maybe he's into that.
Yeah. Amber Heard shit in Johnny Depp's bed?
You didn't know this?
No.
He showed up late to her fucking birthday party. She took a fat shit in his bed.
I fuck with that.
Right though?
I fuck with that. Don't be late to my birthday party. Nah, don't do that. Don't, you can't be late to my birthday party. You my husband.
I hate it, but
shit in your fucking
bed. Jesus.
I'm shitting in our bed.
Did you shit the bed?
Say what?
By not showing up, I'ma shit the bed. For real, for real. I respect it.
Yeah, exactly.
I respect that shit, man. Literally.
Yeah.
You don't respect that?
Son, I love
your
it.
wife
I love
don't show
Amber
up to
Heard.
your
I'm not
birthday
gonna
party.
lie.
What do you do?
Say what?
Your wife don't show up to your birthday party. What do you do?
Shit.
Exactly. In the bed.
Enjoy myself. Oh, you're not coming back? Change your plans, fellas.
But you gotta put it in the bed, like under, or put it in the pillowcase and they never find
you're
it.
Mr. Hide the shit. She
gotta
didn't even hide the shit.
You can't do that because they're gonna find it. It's not no fun if they find it.
Nah, she's a crazy girl. That girl's she's out of her mind.
Tell us the worst fight you had, in your opinion.
Miss Heard called me asshole because I didn't include her in tickets for a comedy show we both wanted to go to. Kyle Dunnigan, best comedian living or dead. But I said, if you want to see him, here's his website. I wrote it in blood on our bathroom wall with all the towns he's going to be in coming up.
And that's what we're looking at here?
Yes.
I want to go to this show. KyleDunnigan.com. How do you spell that?
Respect to Amber Heard then. So we got free Amber then.
Yo, free Amber, but free Johnny too. It sucks.
Both.
Free Amber and Johnny's movies.
I think Johnny should be able to act again.
Yeah.
Real talk, it's like, how you going to judge him if you ain't got your dick sucked by her yet? It's mad people like listening to her story. It's like sometimes she'll suck your dick.
Yep.
And I mean this because I've heard this from people.
Mm-hmm.
She'll suck your dick and you start going like, I don't even need that piece of my finger, fam.
I'm on Team Depp for life. You hear me?
Yeah, me too.
Team Depp.
Yeah, man. I mean, I wish you wouldn't wear eyeliner, but yeah, Team Depp. And a little too many scarves, right? Right?
I don't give a fuck.
Here's my thing.
I don't give a fuck anymore.
I don't. He can do no wrong in my book. I'm a Johnny Depp fan.
We showed your article that you had written a bunch of years ago about Amber Heard blackmailing Johnny. And I remember you connected me to him on the phone, and I talked to him on the phone.
Yeah, we were pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. They're going to subpoena my texts.
I was drinking margaritas on the beach at the same time.
You were in Hawaii, and we were on fucking Johnny Depp Island.
I'm drinking margaritas. I got my wife up. I'm holding the phone. I'm on the phone with Johnny Depp. Settle the fuck
Yeah,
down, bitch.
and he was just mumbling. He was
great. No,
yeah,
no,
but
no,
he
he
mumbled
was-
like Hunter S. Thompson from the movie. Another
He does
thing,
that sometimes. I think his monologue may have affected his.
Did you watch any
perceptions
of the
what's
trial?
interesting. I've watched all the trial.
Have you?
I've
So you
as
watched
much
the
as I
poop
can.
part?
Yeah, I watched the poop part.
We were
Yeah.
fucking dying like it was a comedy show when we're watching at the house.
When he's saying that she tried to blame it on the
dropping
dog.
a grumpy. How do you know it wasn't a dog feces? How do you know it was human feces and not your dog's? They're teacup Yorkies. They weigh about 4 pounds each. I've picked up their fung before.
Yes,
fung, a word I've never heard.
Oh my God! Well, first of all, what you get out of it is that he is an actor and he's very charming, but he's also clearly a nice guy.
Yeah, Amber Heard started OnlyFans. Did you see that?
Did she really?
No.
He's just
I wouldn't believe it.
He's starting a conspiracy right
I would
now.
believe anything. This is my conspiracy that I'm starting
believe
right now.
anything?
What do you think about the verdict?
Well, I think it was probably good for all people who believe in the truth. The problem is there's like this boys versus girls narrative that I think we all get into on these things. And there's a lot of guys who wanted a guy to win one of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just not good to not be honest. And if you're doing that and you're doing it to try to hurt someone, like if you're purposely changing reality, you're lying about what happened just to try to hurt somebody,
right?
You're doing a fucked up thing because you're pretending you're a victim. And it's not as simple as you're just lying. You're turning someone into a criminal. You're pretending you're a victim, and if it's all not true, it's a really bad thing.
It is fun. A fake
We
domestic
needed it.
violence.
I
is
called
fun.
it. I called it months ago. I said we needed a trial to get us out of this. I said maybe Kanye would kill Kim and Pete or something. I said we needed a trial to get us out of the COVID malaise, and it was Depp Heard, and I didn't even know. Amber Heard breaks down on stand. I'm getting thousands of death threats, and you should get more. But I said we needed a trial. I was correct. We absolutely need a trial.
We need trials on every channel. We need prank shows on every channel.
Yeah.
And we need people inside. Please don't leave your house ever at all. Just watch this new form of entertainment. It's great because it's like soccer. There's very few commercial breaks. It goes for 20 hours.
Yeah, this is the longest trial.
It's great.
I mean, this shooting will be out of the news in an hour.
Yes.
This won't even be relevant when it's released on Saturday in 2 days.
No.
This episode won't be. There'll be another shooting by then.
Yeah.
But this Depp Heard thing has gone on for as long as I can remember.
I think it's 6 weeks.
I feel like I've grown up with these people.
Yeah.
I care more about them than I do my own family.
Yeah.
And it's not even close.
Yes.
I care more about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp than these kids that got shot because I've been with them longer.
It's just on more. It's great.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just what it is.
And it's the only thing left really that hasn't been done.
Right.
Is trials with celebrities that are real.
That are drug addicts that beat each other up.
Yeah, for your entertainment.
And you know what's fun about it? They're rich, so there's butlers and maids and nannies and assistants and weird types of things. And there's Coachella and the hills in Australia, and we're in Italy or whatever they're doing. And it's fun to hear about somebody getting beaten in a nice area. For once.
I heard he is absolutely destroying her. I'm too big a Johnny Depp fan to watch that. I love that guy, and I don't want to hear all this personal details and shit, but from what I've seen, the guy is fucking destroying. And what's great about this is if he really does expose this woman for lying, I'm wondering all of these people that, just accepted her lies about him, if they're going to apologize somehow, because they publicly trashed him. It'd be nice if they then publicly apologized and said, maybe next time we won't jump to conclusions.
What I don't understand is, how do you write an op-ed about how a guy is abusive, period? Especially if it didn't happen. But period. If one of the skeletons in your closet is you shit in someone's bed on purpose, it's gonna come out. How are you going to sue someone if you shit in their bed? It's gonna leak. Okay? Dude, Amber Heard admitted the poop in her shared bed with Johnny Depp was a horrible practical joke. First of all, when you shit, you don't know if it's going to be a hard one or a loose one. You know what I mean? Like, talk about rolling the dice with your anus. Also, imagine her actually sitting there. I want to know how she did it, like squatting or like on her knees. Did she shit on her feet a little bit? Or did she just sit with her legs straight out? Or did she shit and then put it in the bed? I mean, how are you going to sue someone? How are you going to try and sue someone for damages when you shit in their bed? Also, when you shit in your bed, when you shit in your guys' bed, it's gonna leak.
You know what they should do with Aquaman 2? They should write her in as just a crazy person. They should just make the character so, like, she shits in the sea, and they're like, he's like, why would you do this? Why would you do this to me?
Well, she shits in Aquaman's bed. Like, she goes over to his kelp bed and takes a dump and then blames the dog. Blames the dogfish. They should loosely base it all.
They should.
The trial.
Jason Momoa just starts winning a lot of rings. You're like, what the hell's wrong with this
He picks up a conch shell and throws it at her. He cuts his finger.
Now I'm going to watch Aquaman 2.
We get Neptune on a Zoom call to say how batshit crazy she is.
What pisses me off is Disney taking away Pirates of the Caribbean from him.
Before the trial. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and now he refuses to ever do it. I mean,
that's such a great move on his part, though, to be like, you couldn't pay me enough money to ever do that role again, which is like, I'm the final say in this.
Smart.
There, whoever PR person told him to say that, right, George?
Yep.
But it's people just, these companies jump into conclusions, right? And they're I guess they're pressured into taking a side, right? And they make gigantic decisions based on that pressure. And I just think that's terrible to do that. You know, it's like, there's something called evidence. There's something called a court of law. There's something called, you know what I mean? Hearing people's point of view or side of the story or whatnot. But it's just like, hopefully those days are slowly over.
It really does amaze me how the pendulum just does not seem to swing the other way. That all of these women's groups, that when they see a woman that lies like this, which really hurts their position, because there are women out there that are in a relationship that this woman evidently lied and claimed that she was in when she wasn't. And for someone to go out and lie about it hurts the people that are actually in it. So you'd think that they would cover this, and they would also talk about, like, I remember a guy a long time ago told me, he said, if you're in a relationship with a woman, if she ever starts swinging on you, lock yourself in the bathroom. Lock yourself in the bathroom so, she won't hit you anymore. It doesn't escalate, and there's going to be no evidence of you at some point because you're going to have to get her off you. She can be, look at this mark in my wrist when he, because you caught her hand as she was swinging at you. You caught her wrist, then you're going to get in trouble. You're wearing a ring, it leaves a mark. You're just fucking done, It's like, no, I just grabbed her arms because she was swinging at me. No, we have to take you in and all of that shit. It just fascinates me that when there's just a clear example of something like this, that I think it really hurts feminism if they want more men to come along, that if they would actually trash someone like this publicly the way that they would go after a toxic guy.
Like, someone said that the verdict is bad for women. I'm like, that's crazy.
They're going to say that?
That's crazy. It's just not good to do shit like that.
Do you think it's all
pretend
not
some guy
true?
beat you up? I don't know. You watch the trial and you form your own opinions. Unless you're there, unless there's direct evidence. And other than the evidence of, like, the conversations they had that they were both recording, which is
so
wild.
weird. Like, shit gotta get fucked up before you press record when you're arguing with
so
your wife,
wild.
man.
No, did they secretly
Yeah, why would
record
you
each
want to
other?
listen to what your wife says twice? Think about the torture.
Did they secretly record each other?
No, I think they both knew.
So they both knew.
Yeah.
So they decided to have like a performance conversation. Because if you're recording it knowing someone else is going to listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's not a real conversation. Like you're putting on a show.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a real. It's like Keeping Up with the Kardashians knows the camera's there. Yeah. They know the cameras are there.
That's what Hollywood is. Get a real fucking look at it. That's why guys like me would never ever make it in Hollywood. I don't know about that shit. Dating somebody just to get ahead. That, if you can't tell that what that was, there was no love there. And he don't give a fuck either because he gets his dick sucked 18 times a day. This is something. He found the stupid chick that wanted to move in with him. Here's another fucking dummy that wants to move in with me. That's all that is. That's all. Guys, this is all this is. Why do you guys even watch this shit, support this shit? This is what I've been telling you about years. Those people are fucking disgusting. They got no souls. They don't, like that shooting should have happened in LA because those people don't care about their kids. They just have kids to tell people, my kids, they don't have kids. You go to a pool, they're with their Mexican nanny. You go to a restaurant, they're with their Mexican nanny. Those people don't care about anybody. They just talk and you fall for it. Oh, he's so sweet. No, they're not. They're garbage. They will sell their mother for fucking a movie. They'll sell their mother. It's like my man fucking, by the way, he's got some shit last week for being too real. Ricky Gervais.
I don't think either of it can come out as a win because all your private stuff, I don't know. I'd hate having to go through it, and it's even weird that they televise a court case.
Yeah.
I think that's even, so I don't really do that stuff.
How do you know if it's going to be hard or loose, dude? Also, why do you want to do then you got to waddle over to the fucking bathroom and wipe it? Dude, how weird is that? Case over. Cut. Oh, she fucking shit in the bed? Cut, case over. You win. How much? How much you want, Johnny? Oh, 50 million? That's what you get, dude. She shit in your bed. The gall. Only a woman, dude. Only a white, I'll say, a white movie star woman would do that shit. Like, well, yeah, I'll win. Like to the sociopathic behavior, dude.
This case rests on the first half of that, the first sentence of that article.
Yeah.
I became the face of domestic violence. The idea was you wrote that and then you orchestrated your follow-up plan to essentially destroy someone's career. And the case really is, the lawyer's case is, we're going to prove that everything you said is not true, right? You're making this stuff up. There's no pattern of this in his history or anything else. All of a sudden you came along and said that. I mean, if you listen to those tapes, it's like she's saying, I can't help it. I get so mad. I can't promise I won't hit you. Yeah, I wasn't hitting you, Johnny. I don't know what my hand was doing.
I didn't punch you. I was hitting you.
All that
it's a big
stuff.
difference. Yeah.
So all of us just go, I'm sorry, but there's people like, why does the internet hate Amber Heard? Well, most of us, the people who don't have a dog in this race, are like, dude, I just don't buy it. I don't believe you.
If this really goes in the direction that everything she was saying was absolute bullshit, and the level that this guy's career suffered and the amount of shit that happened to him, if it all just pans out with a whole, oh, yeah, sorry about that. Like, that's how it's going to end. It just doesn't fucking seem right. And you know what? It doesn't sit well with me.
People do not want her in the Aquaman sequel. So there are now over 3 million signatures among this whole Johnny Depp trial summary. But people are saying, we do not want her in the Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. This petition started back in 2020. It's aimed at DC and Warner Brothers. And people are just saying, please, God, do not let her do this sequel.
The petition should be against the person that started the petition. Like somebody said, I'm thinking about starting a petition to get Amber Heard out of Aquaman sequel. Okay, I'll be taking your kids, by the way, when I leave. Because obviously you have no priorities. This has become a thing for you. Like, who starts these
Who has time
petitions?
to do this stuff?
Also, she's got lawyer fees. Let her work.
I'm sorry, you're going to sue me. I'm the one who... You did shit in my bed, right?
You did shit in my like fucking she shit in my bed like Jack Sparrow. Just order. Her anus was loose in our shared bed.
Objection! He's acting like the character.
The judge is like, I'll allow it. Turns out I like that movie. I'll allow it. Continue. Can you do the scene in the car with Benicio del Toro, please?
Oh, shit, dude.
I became a public figure representing domestic abuse. That's where I believe it's hinging on. You said that you were abused, and then you filed a restraining order. And I will say this: if you file a restraining order in Los Angeles, you don't need to go down there personally with your publicist. You don't. If you file for divorce, you don't have to go down there personally. You don't do that. A lawyer does that for you. A clerk does that for you.
Damn.
So why was she down there, without makeup on that cheek? And also, if you heard the TMZ guy, he goes, well, we have to vet who has the copyright for any video we get. And that'll take up to a day or a week. In this case, it took 15 minutes because it came from, quote unquote, the source.
It was her. Well, it came directly from her. I saw that today.
That's what, come on. If it took 15 minutes, TMZ was like, oh.
Well, Brian, and we're supposed to believe all women.
Well, yeah, except for Ghislaine Maxwell, the woman from Theranos.
I was just going to say
how,
this.
How are you processing this believe all women? How are you categorizing
I have a big problem with any of that stuff. Any blanket statement.
Can I say one thing, though? Look at what Americans love this type of, this trial. Mm-hmm. Where's Ghislaine Maxwell? What happened to that whole... I would rather see that trial than watch this. I hate to be that guy. Where's she at now? When's the last time you heard of Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah, no, I know.
Where's she at?
Depp was the one who wanted the cameras in the courtroom.
Oh, really?
She didn't. And he knew this is strategic. By the way, look, man, that guy's a nightmare too. Okay? I don't think he hit her or did anything, but that guy spent 30 years high and drunk off his ass. Nightmare.
He was Jack Sparrow in real life.
Dressed like a pirate all the time.
Yeah.
Look, if I came in, bro, with a lace doily around my head, a cowboy hat, and 15 bandanas, you'd go, Brian, take it off right now. I'm going to slap the shit out of you. Yeah, come on.
Defamation case. More like a defecation case.
Do me a favor and read what Tom Segura wrote about.
Okay, this is at Tom Segura.
Right.
1:33 p.m. Fuck Will Smith's candy ass smacking a dude 4 inches shorter and 50 pounds lighter.
Okay.
Don't necessarily disagree. He's just in his feelings because his bald-headed... Well, I don't know if I should really be saying this. Because if someone just clips the front, then I'm saying it. But anyway, all right.
It's a bad it's a bad sign when he hands you the phone to read it off of his phone.
Tom texts is the N-word. Just say it.
He's just in his feelings because his bald-headed bitch been fucking around on him for years and he takes it. We all know who he wishes he could slap. Hashtag cuck Will.
Segura's on the fence.
Yeah, Segura's on the fence. Segura is being a little bit ambiguous.
I wrote back. I just. By the way, this is my business partner. Okay,
right.
I was like, hey man, we have a movie in the works. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
So I feel
Chris Rock is making fun of Will Smith in a very polite, it's very vanilla way.
Yeah.
He casually, I realize now, just on the fly, looks at Jada, who's bald, and says, "I can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2."
Yeah.
Andrew.
It's a throwaway joke.
Andrew, that's it.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers are acting like, Chris Rock was like, "And yo bald bitch wife." I am more outraged today than I was before.
Because you never even saw it. You just heard about it.
Because I didn't realize how vanilla He did a dad joke.
Well, here's what's funny. A lot of people
bro.
are saying it's a bad joke, which is also true. It is a bad joke.
It's a corny dad joke.
It's a corny joke. Yeah.
But like,
how do you even get mad at a bad joke?
That's what.
He's always, in his rap songs, he never swears, and he always tries to stay wholesome, yet he'll swear at the Oscars. You know, the guy's a fraud. Screw Will Smith, nicest guy in Hollywood. No wonder his wife keeps on cheating on him. He's a sack. He is. The problem wasn't the slap. The slap was just someone losing their temper. Yeah. The apology just sucked. The apology was just like, he apologized to the Academy. He apologized to his fellow actors.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't get bloody hit in the face. Apologized to Chris. Nothing happened. He got to sit back in his seat. What I didn't like was the actors all stood up and applauded him, and they all comforted him. And then on the E! Entertainment afterwards, they were going, oh, this ruined Will's moment. No, someone should have yelled out, say sorry to Chris. You know what I mean? Or just stayed seated or done something, some minor protest.
Man, that was wild. Bitch slapped on television. Next year, the Oscars going to be produced by Dana White. Yeah. Even Putin was watching that shit going, geez, a little violent over there, huh? Holy hell.
I did see people online that were like, you know, she's been very vocal about alopecia and and then people are like struggling with this disease or whatever. They've used terms like, dude, 0 people are dying from alopecia. You just lose a little bit of hair.
Check it out. I don't care.
Yeah, my hair is orange and it's thinning. Yeah, so do I get...
Who do you get to slap?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who do you get to slap if somebody's like, oh, look at this ginger? It's like a lot of people are suffering with ginger.
Yeah. Gingeritis is a serious
disease. By the way, again, to me, that's not the issue. Stop talking about alopecia. Can we be 100?
Yeah.
Chris Rock made a dumb dad joke in the moment, not thinking about nothing else other than here's a glamorous black woman dressed to the nines with her rich-ass husband, and they're both successful, and he just making fun. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Fucking stop talking about alopecia. Fuck off.
By the way, the Alopecia Foundation is like, yes, they're getting so much attention.
Right.
Well, actually, you know, Sandler retweeted Chris Rock's tour. He was like, love you, buddy. And he retweeted the tickets and the tour.
Oh, it's already sold out.
I saw this thing that was like, it sold out in like seconds.
Oh, the only
people
person
were so excited to go see him now.
Because now they want to see him clown. He should name the shit Jada. You know what I'm saying?
Unless he can flip it in this new tour. Now, he can't flip it and talk shit about Will, but he's got to be able to make jokes about it to the point where he can like address it in a way where we go, I guess that was kind of funny and your reaction was reasonable. Because right now the reaction looks soft. Not saying he should go and fucking beat the shit out of him, but he shouldn't have been like told what to do and then immediately capitulate. He shouldn't have just sat there and also like fucking continued to read the teleprompter. Like he should have stopped the fucking thing and said, get him out of there. Mm-hmm. He just slapped me. I'm being professional because I don't want to ruin this award for everybody else that's here and I don't want to ruin this night. But he's not allowed to slap me and just keep staying here for the rest of the show.
And you at least say that off stage. But it's also so tough to tell somebody how you would react when that happens. Because not only did you get slapped, there's no way you thought you were actually going to get slapped. And then by the time you process what happens, he's back in his chair yelling. And you're just like, what?
Yeah, I have so much empathy for...
You just slapped? What the fuck? Yeah, like you said, this has happened to you.
Yeah.
You got slapped and you're like, what?
You have no slapped for... You just cannot believe it.
A G.I. Jane joke?
You go up, you smack a guy in the face. Chris handled it. And here's the other thing.
I also like when they were going like, this is going to open a door for people coming up on stage. It's like, that's been happening.
Yeah. I got a bottle thrown on my...
Yeah. There's nothing worse than security at a fucking comedy club. My favorite thing ever, the amount of times somebody came up on stage and I'm looking like, I remember being at Dangerfields and having the mic stand going, you can't come up here. You can't come up here. And I'm looking out at the bar. Those three jackasses in suits are just sitting there watching like it was part of the fucking show. And the worst thing is when they go to kick somebody out, all they do is just get them on the other side of the door and they're like this. And then they turn their back and the guy always gets back in. Dude, I had like 3 guys that wanted to beat the fuck out of me and on separate occasions, and they ended up standing in the line like waiting to beat me up when I was selling merch. That's how dumb they were. And I'm looking up and they're like 5 guys away and I'm looking at the bouncer like, I thought you threw that fucking guy out.
Oh my God.
Oh, how do you get back in here? He walked right through the front door again.
I was watching it on American TV, and they dumped the audio as soon as he walked on stage. They dumped the audio, so it was all silent for us in America. But you didn't need the audio to know what he was saying. You could lip read. The whole cast of Coda knew what he was saying. I've been punched on stage myself, and if you put Jim Jeffries punched on YouTube, you'll find the clip. It's from 2006 or something like that. And when it happened, it's worth a view. Trust me, it doesn't disappoint. But when it happened, I remember being so outraged, and then the cops showed up, and I was like, I'm going to press charges. And then I watched the footage, and I thought, I'm going to make a lot of money out of this. So I'm going to sell a few tickets.
Wow. Why did he run up on stage and try and punch in the head? What was going on there?
He wasn't a heckler or anything. He was just a bloke who was who brought a date. And often people bring dates to my shows, and it doesn't work out well for them. You know, you should always bring a girl you've met a few times. Maybe show them one of the Netflix specials, ease them in. It's not good for a first date, you know. And she wasn't enjoying it, so he thought, I'll sort this out. And he ran up on stage and punched me in the head.
When he goes, all right, dude. And after he says, keep my wife's name out of your mouth the second time, Chris goes, all right. What he just did was, and I watched it, I've done it as a comic, your brain was about to go, I could light you up way more than what I just did. I watched him physically go, I don't know what he was going to say, but he did that thing where he goes,
The dude's a pro.
Kudos to Chris Rock.
The dude's a pro because he a better man than me.
100%, because that wouldn't have been the case.
He a better man than me, bro.
Because me
and this dude would have tussled. Okay? We would have, Will Smith is a giant. He's a big man in shape. He would have killed me.
Doesn't matter.
But we would have tussled.
We would have gone down swinging.
Bradley Cooper would have had to be like, Eric!
Which you would have loved. You're like, cut it out, Coop.
Get off of me, Bradley.
Get off me, Coop.
In the shallow.
This is what happens.
You're on right now.
When you start the hashtag Oscars so white. No. Well, that's no one's using that hashtag today.
No one at all.
Everyone's like, all right, we're even. We got him.
I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. It really felt like, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
We were all sickened. And these guys gave him a standing ovation. Everything he said was accurate.
Yeah, he's like, I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless en masse. I feel like, this is really clear indication of that we're not the cool club anymore, Jim Carrey said when asked.
I didn't understand that last line, but I agree with it. I didn't know how that connected, but he's right.
And then he said, I would have announced this morning that I will be suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. That insult is going to last a very long time.
This is a great point.
That's facts right there.
That's a great point.
Like, this is going to be memed. It's going to be gift. Everything he ever does in his life is going to come back to this.
He might be overshadowed.
You know, the Oscars already announced that when Chris Rock dies, that's his in memoriam.
Wait,
that's
really?
the clip they're going to show.
True?
No.
That he's just getting slapped.
Just him getting slapped. But that's how it's going to live for the rest of his life. Even when he dies, you're going to see that clip.
Bradley Cooper's crying because he's like, poor Will. It's like, fuck off, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I totally get why these guys are like, hey, I kind of don't want to get roasted. All right?
Sure.
Okay, I get that.
No, but sure.
You know what I mean? So I acknowledge that that's fair. And so then, that's up to the Academy to figure out, this is what they should do. They write down the roast jokes. They hand them to the people. You like this? What you like, you don't like, because we'll take it out. And then they go, I don't really want you to talk about my kids.
Done. Fine.
Okay, that one's out. And then we just move on from there. Then we do it like that. Or just don't have that. To me, comedy died with that slap.
At the Oscars.
At the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you know what? Fine.
Died.
They want to make that show. They want to make it prestigious and all that. You want me to do it? Do it good?
Just because you went to a B flat, go fuck yourself.
In memoriam of our careers. In memoriam of the tradition of the Oscars.
Really? You're going to slap a guy over a freaking G.I. Jane joke? I don't care what happened in your life before this, or he's been making fun of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's relationship for a long time. It's like, yeah, because it's toxic. You can obviously see it's toxic. I mean, she publicly says she cheats on you all the time, and Will Smith's obviously in the closet gay, which is fine. Just come out, be free, be open, be gay, be happy. I mean, it's literally the most toxic relationship I've ever seen in my life, and that's coming from me. So I'm telling you, I mean, the fact of the matter is this, is the narcissism in the Oscars is disgusting. Why we are still glorifying actors and actresses is beyond me. I mean, dude, 100 years ago, the people would honor kill themselves and their families if their kids came out and said they were actors. I mean, it's scum shit. You're making believe you're someone else. I'm supposed to give you $1 million. Fuck you. I mean, what are you talking about? I hate it all. I do have an audition later, so fingers crossed I get it.
Just be honest and be like, hey, I don't like it when people fuck my wife. This is really hard for me. And no, I'm being serious. Like, if he just came out, he was like, guys, I've been lying to you guys, and I don't like it when people fuck my wife. That would be the most relatable thing that he could possibly say.
Yeah.
And it frustrates me. I've tried really hard to be okay with people fucking the dog shit out of my wife.
Extremely relatable.
Yeah.
Everyone's at home like, yeah, same. Dude.
Yeah,
I do feel the same way.
That's a bummer, dude.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? It's one of my non-negotiables.
Yeah.
My
Real
wife shouldn't
talk.
get fucked by other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you know about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's no way that we can control.
That's the second non-negotiable.
Yeah, like don't tell me. No, there's no way we can control if that happens. We can only, because if we don't know, we just don't know.
Right.
But there's no way in hell someone's going to be fucking my wife and they're going to still be my wife. That's just divorce right there.
Yes.
So you won't be my wife. You're not going to fuck my wife, and I know about it.
Yeah.
You can fuck the woman I love.
Do you think?
And the person I've dedicated my life to, but my wife is the only thing I can control. I can remove that wife thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of what's sad about this.
My buddy goes, he hit her. That's the way he smacks Jada. And I go, he slaps like a man who knows how to slap.
Yeah.
Like to not leave a mark.
I watched it a million times. It's wild. First of all, you can't take a hit better than Chris Rock did.
He did.
It's
hands behind.
unbelievable.
He did. Now here's the argument that was had. Our bus driver said,
"I know you.
No real man isn't gonna. If you start walking to me, I'm gonna put my hands up." That's what's so beautiful. Is Chris Rock really?
He didn't know what
think
was
he
gonna
did
happen.
anything, and he had his hands behind his back.
He wasn't expecting it because it was Will Smith.
The odds.
Nobody's
the odds,
expecting the Fresh Prince to hit you.
The odds,
I said if it was Russell Crowe marching up, Chris Rock would have been like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you could have a better luck getting hit by lightning than Chris Rock thinking in that moment he was coming up to hit him. He probably thought he's digging into the joke. Even when he's walking up, he's like, oh, here comes King Richard, and he's laughing.
Yeah.
And if you notice, Will Smith, he actually stays, if you really watch, because I watch this thing like I was watching tape and I was fucking Mike Tomlin.
Like the Zapruder film?
He waits till the very last second and then he just whips it like so that it's unexpected.
He knows how to fight. You can tell Will Smith knows how to fight.
What if he hit him in the eye and he poked out his eye? What if he hit him in the temple? What if he hit him and Chris Rock slipped it and hit his head? What if he hit him and Chris Rock hit him back and they scuffled on the stage in that moment? There's so many things that could have happened that didn't. The best possible outcome after that slap is what happened.
It's wild.
It's crazy.
Chris Rock deserves an Oscar for the way he behaved after, because he behaved after in a manner that allows it to escalate. I'm ready for this. Ready?
Well,
I think they walked backstage. They said, "Would you like him removed from the venue?"
That's what I think.
And I guarantee you that Chris Rock said no. He's going to win an Oscar for King Richard. I'm cool. I'm not hurt. Let's move forward. And I guarantee you that there's a lot that's going swept under the rug, that Chris Rock is a little bit of a hero for this.
Where the fuck was Amy Schumer and Wanda Sykes and these people?
To go give some
Where
love,
they at? Where they at coming out and be like, damn, one of our people got slapped. Imagine if Will Smith, he wouldn't have slapped Amy Schumer. No, he wouldn't have. He ain't crazy.
Right.
But what if he would have, in the middle of her doing that same joke or anything about them, went, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. If he would have done that, today, he'd be done.
Yeah, they would have cooked him. They would have cooked him on
Will
site.
Smith, what's that smell?
Is that Will?
That's Will.
They would have cooked his ass on site.
Is that Will Smith?
I mean, what else was there to think? It's so. And then what about the other some comics just like typing in all capital letters for like 3 days in a row? And it's like, all right, are you really this upset? Or are you trying to get some of this stink on you so you can sell some more fucking tickets?
There you go. It's
fucking 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row, you sustain that level.
Listen, you might hear some things that you don't like, and you will stay in your fucking seat. I'm not saying that I can fight. I will bite your fucking nose off. I'll bite your tits off. I'll bite your dick and spit it in your mouth. You'll fucking find out.
All these people who are like, you know, like it's women too. Like, I want a man to protect me like that. Oh, so you want a man to embarrass himself on his biggest moment in his life.
Yeah.
You want a man to go to jail for you. So you want a man to look like a fucking idiot on national television for you. Who's that for? Huh? Who's that for? All these women out here like, I need a man like that. No, you don't. You need a man that knows how to control his fucking temper.
Right. Protect you when you need to be protected. When someone's physically assaulting you or trying to physically threaten you, that's not the same thing.
He easily could have stepped to Chris afterwards
100%.
at the Variety Fair party.
100%.
Homie, come here for a second. Can we talk?
Yeah.
See, I feel like you got an issue with my family. Can we talk about this? That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Even if backstage you would have been like, yo, man, if it would have been like Will Smith got into a shouting match with Chris Rock backstage, we would have been like, oh, maybe he took offense to that.
You probably would have taken Will's side. You know what? If he went backstage and you heard Will Smith got in his face and was like, don't ever talk about my fucking family ever again, you'd have probably gone, damn.
I keep saying this ain't about no protecting my wife.
No, it's not.
This is about
some bullshit they got going on.
Time and place.
Right.
It's about have some decorum, man.
Yeah.
Have some class, motherfucker.
It's so funny to me that Hollywood was demanding that the Ukrainian president be invited to the ceremony so we could stand with them in like civilized solidarity. And then this is what happens. This is the event. It would be like if you had like, you know, your wedding, two of the groomsmen got into a fight or something. You know what I mean? It's so
Here's
embarrassing.
The thing. If I'm on the street and Chris Rock comes up to me and makes a joke about my wife who has a condition, I'm going to slap Chris Rock. If in the context of the awards, he's a comedian that riffed a joke that may not have known about her condition, that also, by the way, Jada, I think, was online saying like, you know what, I got a humor, all you can do is laugh, I'm going to shave my head, it's no big deal, I accept it. You know, he was like, I love you, can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 3. It's almost just like she shaved her head, you shaved your head, you're a badass, you can be in that. It was almost like borderline of like, was it supposed to be an insult to her?
I don't know
so.
If it was. I think it was just a dumb joke, like you shaved your head. But
then Will was laughing.
Will laughed, which was the creepiest thing.
No, it's not creepy.
That's creepy to me. Because he went like this, he went, oh. And then you see him kind of look over at her and she's rolling her eyes.
And that's when the moment.
And then like the dragon.
No, but they dealing with something. Chris Rock just was in the way.
100%. I know. It wasn't about the joke.
Find out he was like, he did something or.
Well, there's all those rumors that she was, fucking one of Jaden's friends or some bullshit.
Like all their business is in the street.
How was your weekend? I don't have like a bunch of shit about what happened. So if you came to hear that, I had like a whole show I wrote before this weekend. And I'm still kind of processing what happened. So at some point I'll talk about that shit. And it'll be serious, it'll be funny.
Zoom, Chris, zoom!
More comedians reacted on Twitter. Mark Norman had one of my favorite tweets. He said we should change Karen to Jada. David Spade said a G.I. Jane joke. Thea Vaughn said black on black crime at the Oscars. Then he tweeted, I'm surprised Amy Schumer didn't stand up for Rock. Then he quote tweeted himself saying, actually, I'm not. Ian Edwards said this is why I don't watch the Oscars, too much violence. Chris Stefano, who we heard from in that video, also tweeted, babe, truthfully, the toxicity in Will and Jay's relationship is palpable. That is a story they need to divorce. Let him come out as gay so he calms down and finds peace and she can go eat the next soul. Nikki Glazer said, I'm sad we missed the rest of Rock's jokes, which is very true. No one ever talks about that. I'm sure he had some other great jokes about bald people in the audience. Jim Norton said, at this point, Will Smith being a cuck is the only thing I truly respect him for. And Chris Stefano also tweeted the fact that Will Smith didn't get led away in handcuffs and said was applauded by his peers is the ultimate white privilege. If you love comedy, make sure you subscribe to this channel, Joke WRLD, and follow us on Instagram for more daily comedy content. Comment which comedian you thought had the funniest reaction to this event, and we'll see you next time with another video.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Segura.
What's up, guys?
Where are you at? New York?
I'm in New York. I'm wearing this hat because my alopecia's acting up.
Jesus. Okay, Tom. I'm happy you're joining us because I've been seeing you on the internet. Has this become a thing, huh? Is this what Will Smith did? Do you feel like was an attack on all comedians and maybe setting a precedent for what you can do, or jokes being not accepted in the right way?
Fuck that cuck. Let me tell you this, man. The idea that your entitled ass thinks because your feelings are hurt, you get to assault one of the all-time greats because you fucking feel, and then the cowards, the spineless cowards that are in Hollywood, in comedy. We have a list going of these fucking guys. Anybody who did not stand up and say some shit for Chris Rock, we're going to ruin your fucking life. I just want you to know that.
How come? Do you feel like that was an attack on all of comedy there?
It's what it is it's a display of entitlement. It's a very powerful, very wealthy, influential star who just decided, yeah, I didn't like that. I'm going to smack you. And then gets to sit down, collect his award, get a round of applause, enjoy his night. It's insane. It's like a gross exaggeration of, you see it all the time. I mean, you see entitlement everywhere. And that was on full display for the world to see. I have fucking zero respect for that bitch. And I feel like more people need to come out and say it. It's unacceptable.
I sent you that thing, Jamie, about the Will Smith thing that's in the Independent. I sent it to you in a text message.
You showed it before the pod, yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Dore sent this to me. It's like, what the fuck are you even saying here? It says, white outrage about Will Smith's slap is rooted in anti-blackness. It's inequality in plain sight. What?
And it's in The Guardian. It's kind of depressing.
They just get sucked into wokeness, man.
Yeah, it's just kind of like...
Performative pearl clutching. Hey, no. That was violence. If you think violence is cool, you need to tell me where that line ends. Is it just slapping? Can I kick someone in the face if I don't like what they say? Like, where does that end?
You just knew that this incident that was between two guys, also they happen to both be African-American, at some point there would be articles blaming white supremacy. You're like, dude, I'm almost impressed by the leap in logic where you're going like, dude,
it's
hats
impressive.
off. Yeah,
It
it's
is
impressive.
And
That you're even going for it.
Well, it took a solid 48 hours for someone to concoct that. Like, they had to sit there. You ever see that fucking, there's a meme of a woman, and there's all these like calculations in the background. She's trying to like ponder something that doesn't make sense. You seen those? That's them sitting there like trying to figure out how to put this and make it white supremacy. It's inequality in plain sight. What the fuck are you saying?
Quite possibly one of the most shocking moments in pop culture / art history. Very few things leave me absolutely speechless, but it was funny. Somebody fucking wrote to me, was going like, I told you into the fucking podcast to hear your reaction to the slap. Hollywood's made you soft. And I was like, so you turned into my podcast to listen about gossip about an award show, and I'm the fucking one that's soft? That shit brought up a lot of shit for me. Beyond being a comedian. But, yeah, I will at some point. I just didn't want to be yet another person, fucking typing in all capital letters, flipping the fuck out, screaming, yelling. And none of that's doing anything for anybody.
My name is Bert Kreischer, and I want everyone to just bring awareness to alopecia. This is my buddy Joe DeRosa. Go fucking go.
You guys are acting like you're fucking Tyson and Holyfield.
And there's people who actually have the fucking balls to tell me, they're like, you need to stay out of business as it isn't yours. This is my business. It's my business more than it's your fucking business. So don't you think you can actually give me a lecture on what happens on a stage?
Tom, you ever get into an uncomfortable situation like that with anybody? Because some of those corporate gigs I've heard from comedians are like the worst. So I assume these types of situations arise, or no?
I mean, I've never had that in particular happen. I've had people try to stop shows. I've had people who are like, that joke is, horribly tasteless, move on. As a comedian, you just have to navigate it. Sometimes you just slam them, or you figure out a way in the situation. I've been like, if you don't like this joke, you can fucking leave, which is honestly the best philosophy, I think, for comedy. I mean, yeah, I've had people, I've been booed off stage.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, it can go sideways. That's part of doing this long enough, is that you're going to have really bad fucking shows. but there's no excuse for being like, I don't like that joke, therefore I get to assault you. It's not the way it goes, man.
You can't let people just go around slapping people. And that is whether you think it's violence or not. It's violence.
It's violence.
It's violence.
It was violence that happened on TV.
Yeah.
It was violent. I think comedians should stop hosting the Oscars so they just tank, because it's the only redeemable quality about that circle jerk.
Yeah.
The only reason why anyone tunes in is to hear Ricky Gervais or whatever just, bring it down to earth and have some fun with it, because otherwise we're just sitting there watching the most boring fake award show where studios pay for those awards. Did they really win? It's a matter of taste. They don't even have a comedy category. Go fuck yourself.
Some comedians, you can tell they operate on a level of attack. And I would say the medium itself requires a certain amount of consent, like comedy. You have to go, okay, I'm coming here for a person to tell jokes. At a time where there's increasing censorship around what can be said, we're not querying what can be seen, where an act of, let's call it what it was, violence, Will Smith has admitted that himself, can be broadcast around the world, along with some quite aggressive invective, at a time that people are very concerned around what jokes are able to be said. It's interesting what is forbidden and what is allowed. Who's allowed to do what? Who's allowed to say what when?
I mean, I'll just let you know, if you come on my stage, I'm not saying, we know I can't jump. I'm not saying I can fight, but I'll bite your fucking face off. You're fucked. I will disembowel you in front of your family if you come on my stage. So,
that's awesome.
I would tell you to get tickets, but all my shit's sold out. I make fucking
I actually sat down and had a long talk with my lovely wife last night about that. Shit took me fucking back. Took me fucking back. And I gotta say, the way Chris handled that moment was fucking unbelievable, and the restraint that he showed, because he starts to go like, ooh, I could say, and the fact that he didn't, because it was lobbed over the net at that point for the Daryl Dawkins break the backboard slam, but then who knows what happens after that. And I felt he chose the show in the event over, pride and ego and all of that stuff. So, at some point, I'll sort it out, but I don't know. Whatever. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I have to say about the Oscars. Other than when Chris Rock comes and does a show in L.A., I'm definitely not missing that show.
That's basically giving a green light to the pimp slap. To like what Will Smith did to Chris Rock, that is not a crime to do to your wife in Russia.
Yeah. Chris Rock should have fucking hit him back.
He should have jumped on his back as soon as he turned his back like that.
That just gets filtered through an MMA brain.
100%.
You dude, take us back.
You don't listen, man. Here's the reality: you don't slap a man in the face and then turn your back and walk away, unless you should have never slapped that man in the first place. Because you're only slapping a guy who you know can't slap you back.
That's why he slapped him. Yeah.
That's the only reason why he slapped him and then turned his back and walked away. Look, if he slapped him and then stood his ground and waited for a return and was ready to go to war, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But when you slap a man, you turn around and go back to your seat. That is a sure sign you should not have slapped that man.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
I just had this image of a movie like The Karate Kid where Chris Rock just shows up in Austin. He's like, hey, Joe, you know, trade me.
I was thinking to my friends last night, I was like, imagine if Chris Rock had just a year of solid jiu-jitsu training under his belt, and as soon as
took his back,
as soon as Will Smith turns his back, he just leaps and takes his back and just squeezes Will out before the security guards can get to him. Will Smith goes out,
wipes that smirk off Will Smith's face.
Will Smith, you are a big, huge pussy cuck. I know you were defending your wife because of all other things going on, and a lot of people are like, she has alopecia. I don't even know if she does, because Hollywood people are liars, so she may or may not, because she looks smoking hot with a shaved head, okay? And the G.I. Jane joke, it wasn't the best, but hey, it was good enough. It's hard to be funny in that situ-witchy. So I don't know if Jada Pinkett Smith has alopecia-wishy. She might, or she may have just wanted to shave her head and she said, listen, just in case the people don't like this, I'll just say I have alopecia. They're all fraud pieces of shit, okay? And the fact that Will Smith was not arrested after he got slapped is white privilege. Will Smith is white privilege. It's just what it is. And I'm telling you, if anybody thinks that it's okay to rush the stage when a comic makes a joke, it's not.
Andrew Schultz had a 3-minute bit to open his Flagrant 2 on Will Smith and Chris Rock, and it was, it was.
After the vicious attacks on Chris Rock last night, we think it's only right here at the Flagrant 2 podcast to defend the comic's honor to tell jokes. So here we go. If you didn't see the Oscars, Chris Rock got himself in a hairy situation. He shined a light on female alopecia, while Jada's head shined a light on everything else. Chris was making fun of Jada's baldy, but seriously, how is Will supposed to get turned on if she has a woman's haircut? Now, I'm not saying that he's gay. Wow. He likes women, specifically ones that swim for Penn.
Holy shit.
All I'm saying is last night wasn't the first time Will fondled another man to make Jada happy.
Okay.
And Will's hand that struck Chris Rock was actually a metaphor for his relationship with Jada. Open when he wanted it to be closed. But let's be honest. Last night, Will Smith looked like he was from the streets of Philadelphia, and Jada looked like she was from the movie. Now, after all that drama, Will Smith still took home an Oscar. I'm talking about the award, not a Mexican guy to fuck his wife while he watched in the corner.
Okay, you gotta chill though.
Now, to clarify, Will won the Oscar for Best Actor. People were saying it was for the Lifetime Achievement Award, and no, that's not it. That Oscar goes to the plumber that unclogged Jada's shower drain. Now, I am tired of people not giving Jada enough credit. Okay, it was actually Jada that helped Will get in character for King Richard. Because when she gives blowjobs, her head looks like a bouncing tennis ball. Give it up to Will, okay? Give it up to Will Smith. He is the only person to be recognized by the Motion Picture Academy and the Citizen app on the same night. And to everyone saying Will was probably under the influence, no. Okay, he doesn't drink or do drugs. This is the only time he's ever smoked a rock in his life. Now, don't feel bad for Chris Rock, okay? He was finally part of a hit white people will watch. Give Chris Rock some damn credit, okay? He took that smack like a champ. And next year, he's gonna be ready, okay? He'll have more bobs and weaves than Jada's wig collection. Now, a lot of people are saying this never happened during Oscars So White.
Exactly, okay? The white Oscars are mind-numbingly boring, or as Jada would call it, a relationship with Will. So, I think we can all admit this was shocking, okay? Because if there was gonna be one chick at the Oscars with a hair loss disease that doesn't understand humor, I would assume it'd be Amy Schumer.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Will, let this be a lesson to you. If you want to keep your wife's name out of other people's mouths, make sure to keep your hands off comedians.
Look, dude, it's wild that guy is getting away with that. And I just, it's just entitlement. I mean, it reminds me, I used to live in LA, and you'd be like on Beverly or Rodeo, and you see these people in like Bentleys double park or be like in a handicap zone, and then a parking enforcement person would be like, hey, you can't park here. And then the person in the Bentley goes, yeah, there's no spaces. And you're like, yeah, fuckface, that's what happens. Like, go find a place to park. And sometimes the person would get intimidated and be like, okay. And then sometimes they'd be like, I don't give a fuck, here's your ticket. And that's what Will Smith needs. He needs a big old fucking parking ticket.
How arrogant are you to think that you deserve to go through life with no one ever saying anything that you don't agree with or like? I want people to stop saying that joke's offensive. Yeah. I want them to start saying I found it offensive, because you've got to own the emotion, because that's all it is. You're just telling me how you feel about it. Yeah. There's nothing intrinsically offensive about this joke.
Listen, apparently they worked it out. Like, I'd read that they talked, and Will Smith made a statement, and Chris Rock even apologized. And apparently they talked backstage and worked it out, which is the best. I don't think Will Smith should go to jail. I don't think any of that stuff should happen. I don't think they should take away his Academy Award. I think he knows it was a foolish act. Everybody else knows. And I think it's one of those learning experiences for the world. It's like a teachable moment, right? Like the whole world can see that we put stars and celebrities up on pedestals, but they're just human beings. And sometimes human beings get pushed to the point where they do something irrational. Right. And that's what he did. He just did something totally irrational that he's completely embarrassed by.
More comedians reacted on social media through Instagram and Twitter also. Annie Ledman put up this picture of her and Rogan with the caption, "At Jada Pinkett Smith and me the night before the Oscars." Ricky Gervais tweeted, "Dear TV and film stars, why are some of you so fucking weird? You're actors, some of you great actors, so just act normal, simple." Ryan Sickler quote tweeted the Oscars tweet saying they don't condone violence of any kind and said, "You allowed it, you support it, and you gave him an award. Fuck y'all and Will Smith." Joe List weighed in saying, "I'm just now finding out there's not a G.I. Jane 2 in the works." And Brian Redband also said, "I wonder if Will Smith just opened the door to audience members attacking comics when doing crowd work," which I don't think will be the case. I think a lot of people are going to get their ass beat if they start charging the stage. A lot of comedians reacting to this, pretty crazy stuff. If you love the world of comedy, want to stay up to date on it, make sure you hit subscribe to this channel, Joke WRLD, and also go check out our Instagram, link in bio. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
So you ran into Chris at the after party.
Yeah, bro. So it was pretty wild. So Spade took me over to the who actually is from Arizona. Shout out, I think he's from Scottsdale.
Hey.
So Spade invited me to be his guest or whatever. We went to the Vanity Fair party. And then we went to some other dude, a rich guy's house. This dude was really, really rich. Like, they had a machine in the front. You could just get money out of it. It was just like, it was an ATM. But you could guess any number and it gave you. It was like, this dude was real, real rich. Like, yeah, they had, even his dog had like a little wallet on the side.
Damn.
Wow. So this dude was really, really rich. And we went in and like, Jennifer Lawrence is sitting in the back just hanging out outside, like just in her pajamas. She like lived next door, I guess, and so she came over because she heard some commotion or whatever. So she's out back just hanging out. Like there's like Penelope Cruz, fancy people. I mean, it's like fancy people you see on the magazine, and they're just sitting there, you know, eating. You know, they had some raviolis. What else did they have? They had a salad that looked. It was a little I thought it was a little bit wilted, but people were eating it. Rich people will eat they'll eat kind of more. They'll say it's like more artistic kind of. But anyway, so we get to finally see Chris Rock, right? And I'm with David Spade, so Spade knows him. So they're just kind of talking, and he was just shocked. He was like, "What the fuck happened?" He's almost. It reminded me of. You ever been at a party and somebody gets hit by somebody, and then the person that hit him leaves? And there was never really like a big fight, or maybe there even was a fight, but the one dude never had any idea there was any beef or anything going on. And then you start talking to that guy, and he's like, "Bro, what the fuck happened? Like, what do you think?" You know, that's kind of what it was. He was just like, "What the fuck?"
So did he not know that she had alopecia or whatever disease? That's why she was bald. Did he not know that?
I think he had no clue. I think he had no clue. And who don't have alopecia? Everybody's going bald.
You want to hear something funny? I saw a tweet that said it wasn't even Rock's joke. It was one of the writers.
That's so good.
What do you think he's doing backstage?
But after?
The writer just like,
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The writer probably thought of way worse jokes about infidelity and was like, let's go with something mild.
Dude, she's wearing a green, like a military green outfit.
Bruh. Yeah.
And is she going to be in G.I. Jane?
No.
What? They're not making another G.I. Jane?
No. She's not doing this for a role.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean?
No. She's doing it because she has alopecia.
Yes. She's losing her hair.
Yeah, which is apparently a huge deal. I had no idea.
Every person at the Oscars has fake hair.
Every person in this room is losing their hair.
Yeah. Shouts to Keeps. Yeah. But no, for real, like if there's one place where you can wear like wigs and fake hair and all that kind of stuff, it's the like every girl there probably has extensions.
Yeah, but she wanted to be proud. She wanted to come out and say, "Yo, this is my hair."
Well, then keep it a buck. Be proud, yo.
You don't go and sit in the front row. You're a star at the Oscars. There's a professional comedian whose job is to roast people. That's what he's doing. And what he did was not even insulting.
It's not about...
It was a mild joke. That was not an insult. It was the most mild joke about her hairstyle.
I fully
in
get
reference
it.
to a movie where a lady shaved her head.
I fully get it. But
Like
I'm
the idea
just simply
that there's
saying...
any justification whatsoever of him getting up there and smacking him in the face.
But Fancy's not losing his hair the way that Carlos is. He's like the Mexican Larry David. He's like Luis David. He is. And Carlos is... what are you doing? What are you...
Keep Carlos's name out of your fucking mouth.
Dude, it was like a Mexican Larry David joke.
Keep Carlos's name out of your fucking mouth.
Okay, dude.
When I first saw it, I was like, yeah. Because he bumped me twice.
Oh, Chris Rock did.
Chris Rock, Friday and Saturday. I wasn't able to go up. He's a nice guy. I'm just saying. There was a little part of me was like, Dad, don't bump. You know what I mean? And then Eric made a little meme of the slab is that don't be bumping people in the OR. You know what I mean? So, which is funny, but when you really think about it, because there was a moment after Will said, "Don't ever fucking talk about me." A couple times he said that, where Chris, I know that look because I've been there. It's a moment of shock and trauma. It was traumatic. He was assaulted in front of millions and trillions of people. I mean, not millions of people watched but virally. I mean, you're talking about the world saw it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world. Russians saw it. Putin saw it. I bet you Martin Putin saw it.
What do you think weighs more?
Oh my!
Chris Rock or the hair in the shower drain at Jada Smith's house? What do you think, Rex?
He was doing some weird movie thing. It was like he was getting away with it as if he was living in a fictional movie. Like the idea that you think it's smart while wearing a tuxedo to walk onto a stage in front of the world, like literally the world, one of the biggest award shows on earth, if not the biggest, and smack a comedian for the most mild joke, and then sit there quivering, saying,
With
keep
anger,
my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And everybody's just going to sit there in the shit that you just took on the table. You just pulled your pants down and took a shit on the dinner table, and they all have to just sit there and look at that. That's what it's like.
A shit full of peanuts and corn and everything.
It stinks. It's just the whole idea behind it is completely irrational. But what I'm saying is like these people live in this fake world of, you're protected by guards, you're driven by limos, you're on the red carpet, like all of it is crazy life. And he's so goddamn famous and so so removed from regular discourse and interaction with regular people that he, for whatever reason in his head, acted like he's a character in a movie.
Yeah. There was a guy, a writer there, and I remember him saying, I don't think that it was real. And I'm like, I don't think the acting could be that great.
No way, bro.
And so, then we ended up at the party, and then Rock was there, which I thought was a cool movie. He's at the party. He's not like ducking anything, you know?
Yeah.
I think he thought it was really weird. He didn't look like affected. He didn't have like a little cast on his jaw or nothing.
Imagine me and Kalila are in the audience. We'll never go there, but
We'll never.
Yeah, but
Certainly
let's
not
suppose
front
we're-
stage.
And Chris goes, look at Kalila with her heart defect or something, right?
Yeah.
And people are laughing, right?
Maybe something worse about my the way I look, not so much my
Look
hair.
at Bobby Lee is dating Stanley Tucci. Oh God. Stanley Tucci's here, right? And I kind of laugh, right? And I look over and you're upset, right? I would look.
What
back-
if he said this?
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
worse.
Okay, go ahead. I'm in the audience.
Yeah. She looks so much like Stanley Tucci. He hasn't fucked her in 2 years.
No, you have to look upset. Then I look back up here, and I look at you, and I go, "We're on TV. Smile, bitch. We're on TV, bitch. There's billions of people, bitch. We're millionaires, bitch. You mean you can take that?"
That's true.
Now, question, guys. Jada Pinkett Smith's hair condition. You think that's actually alopecia, or it's all like the R&B singers just rubbing her head?
Oh my gosh. Stop.
What?
This guy's crazy.
They said that her head is like the new log from the Apollo.
Gross.
Like, what, you thought I was going to give all the roast jokes in the intro? Come on, so we got to have a couple leftovers for the conversation.
Oh my God.
You wrote that, you can have a career.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Here's what happened right afterwards. He won the Academy Award, then goes up and does a speech. The whole thing was so bizarre, and it made me think, like, how many other human beings could be in a similar situation and pull that off?
Not
Like-
many.
Like, if a man walked on stage and smacked a woman.
That would not fly.
Would not fly.
Not fly.
If a woman walked on stage and smacked another woman, I don't even think it would fly.
I would love to see if The Rock said something instead of Chris Rock. Then is it keep my wife's name out of your mouth?
I'm gonna give you one. What if it was Jimmy Kimmel? What if it was a white dude? What if it was Ricky Gervais? Will Smith ain't hitting him, yo.
Yeah,
that's
probably right.
Will Smith, what do you think, Al? I don't think he's hitting him.
I don't know. I think Will was fed up. I think
This is the thing. I think Will.
It could have been anybody.
I think Will was fed up, and then he took it out on somebody he knew he could get away with taking it out on,
Yeah.
which is why
That's
it's
a
so
good point.
pussy to me.
He's known him for like 25 years. He's like,
But
he's also made
jokes. I want to make a point about that. He did make jokes in the past. I want to make another point. Nobody in that room was rooting for Chris Rock.
What do you mean?
Keep this in mind. All the people in that crowd have been made fun of by Chris Rock for the last decade. These are people who live in their own little Hollywood bubbles. Nobody ever gives them pushback. Nobody ever teases them. Nobody ever says nothing to these people. They don't have a sense of humor. You go see these shows and they're like groaning about all these jokes and then applauding when the joke is virtuous, right?
Yeah.
They see they have to go to these events because they want the public applause.
Yeah.
They want the public validation, but they know that they're going to get caught in the crosshairs from a Chris Rock joke, and it drives them crazy. And they were happy. Did you see the way Samuel L. Jackson dapped up Will Smith
what a
afterwards?
fucking
Did you see
loser,
the way
dog.
that Denzel and Bradley Cooper?
Hey, watch it. Watch out.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Hey, Denzel a loser, dog.
No. Chill. I gotta give credit. I gotta give credit.
About
I
to
gotta
come over
give
there and
credit.
smack you right now. Fuck out of here,
Keep
bro.
his name out your mouth.
Hey, I will.
At a certain point, it looks like he thinks that it's gonna be, he's joking.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure at a certain point, I bet it was very close quarters when the energy probably changed in his mind. He's like, oh, this is not a joke. What do I do? Do you think Rock did the best thing that he could have done?
Yes.
Yo, he literally, his new tour is called Ego Death.
Antonio Brown.
Getting slapped at the Oscars and not doing nothing, you can't have an ego about that, bro. And he can't even come back and make jokes about Will.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. There's two types of black people. There's black people, and then there's Will Smith. Every time black people want to have a good time, Will Smith come and fuck it up.
That's good.
Keep going.
That's good. That's good.
Yo, Will Smith always wants some credit for some shit you're supposed to do. I protect my family. You supposed to, you dumb motherfucker. Beat my 4/5 mine. I hate Will Smith. The media. You think when I'm at the Oscars, I'm looking at the audience for the media? No, I'm looking for Will Smith.
It was a rare instance where someone is so enormously famous and successful like Will Smith that they literally still allowed him to not just win the Academy Award, but also go up and accept it and give a speech after he assaulted a small comedian.
Yeah, they should have ejected him. They should have ejected him from the show.
100%. 100%. I agree with that. You can't just go smack a man in the face in front of the world and then go about business as usual. First of all, it sets a terrible precedent.
Yes.
In so many different ways. It sets a terrible precedent for comedy clubs.
Yes.
Like, are people going to decide that they're going to go on stage and smack the comedian
I
now?
hope they try to smack Brendan or you. I just want to see one Joe Rogan turning sidekick. Yeah, Chuggy.
I don't necessarily think people are going to change their behavior, but dumb people might. But also, it's just like, what are we saying as a society when the people that we look up to for whatever reason, for good or for bad, we look up to actors.
Yes.
And the Academy Awards is supposed to be them in their most regal outfits, their best behavior, and to drop down to violence for something so innocuous as a G.I. Jane joke.
What rematch would you rather see? Masvidal versus Colby or Rock versus Smith?
Rock versus Smith, probably, just because I don't know how that plays out. But Colby versus Jorge, I think that plays out pretty similar to how it played out the first time.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, how much bigger is Will than Chris?
I think at least 50 pounds. I know that. How tall is Chris? You mind checking that out?
How tall is Chris Rock? 5'10".
Wow.
I wonder if either can scrap.
Will Smith is 6'1.5".
Did you measure him at the Oscars?
I looked it up.
You did?
And then I got bored of looking it up because I was trying to figure out the weights or whatever, and I just went to sleep.
And here's what comedians had to say on Twitter. Tim Dillon said, "Okay, but also, and this must be said, that was all great television. From the slap to the speech. Before that, the Oscars was incredibly boring and tame. We found the formula. A rocky marriage, a violent attack, a redemption arc. What a show." Andrew Santino said, "It's a comedian's responsibility to always know their audience, and that includes everyone's medical history, likes, and dislikes." Mark Norman tweeted about 600 times since this happened, but two of my favorites were, "Thank God Chris Rock didn't take a shot at Alec Baldwin," and also, "I bet Chris Rock is having a real jerk store moment right now."
The ocean called? They're running out of shrimp?
Yeah. But then I said to him, "Oh, yeah? Well, the jerk store called, and they're running out of you."
Really? That's great. You said that to him?
Well, actually, I thought it up on the way over here.
Oh, that's not quite the same.
No, it's not. You don't know this guy. It would have been so sweet.
Tom Segura, I thought, was a little soft on Will Smith. All he had to say was, "Fuck Will Smith's candy ass smacking a dude 4 inches shorter and 50 pounds lighter. He's just in his feelings because his bald-headed bitch been fucking around on him for years and he takes it. We all know who he wishes he could have slapped. Hashtag cuck Will." He also tweeted these 4 pictures of her bald ass head and said, "This bitch been bald. Jokes about it or her are fine. It was tame AF. You are super sensitive about it. Buy a fucking wig." And finally, Sam WRLD said Will Smith just won an award for being the best actor, but he couldn't act like a human being during a joke. And he also said this was the biggest hit Will Smith has been involved in since the 90s. So, all around, crazy thing that happened. Here's every comedian's take on it. I'm sure no one will care about this in a few weeks, but it was fun while it lasted. Make sure you subscribe to Joke WRLD, follow us on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and more videos coming soon.